Many people think it's quite worthwhile to go just a little bit out of their way to get certified lead-free Amoco gasoline. You expect more from American, and you get it. The American Oil Company.
This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around, when there's no man around, Goodyear should be. Why? Watch this. New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare. A tire in a tire. Keeps on going. Next time, give her a second chance.
In the dull and commonplace occurrences of day-to-day living, one thing stands out as a completely unique experience. Colt 45 malt liquor.
Did you get O'Hara yet? What do you mean his line's busy? I know that character. He just left the phone off the hook again. I gotta get him. He's got to rush out to Edwards Air Force Base right away. The weather's changed, so they put the X-15 test flight up ahead a whole day. Oh, never mind. I know where I can get him.
Will somebody get the phone?
Hello? You're just visiting, Annabelle. Hello? Oh, good morning, Mr. Burns. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. I'll tell Tim right away.
Angela, halt!
Mother, you're not in the waves anymore. I've got to wake Tim up.
Oh, I'll wake him up, Aunt Laurelie.
Oh, Annabelle, dear, you'll not only wake him up, you'll shake him up.
I forgot.
Yes, well, don't forget again, dear. Especially in the morning when a man's metabolism is just starting to do whatever it is a man's metabolism does.
What's the matter? What happened? What?
You see, girls, he's wide awake. It's best to be brutal.
Tim, your editor called, and he wants you to cover the flight of the X-15. It's been moved up a day.
Thanks, Angie. Annabelle.
Now, that's what I was telling you girls about a man's metabolism. Tim, get dressed.
Stay with it.
Mach 5.3. Little trouble with vertical stability.
Hey, there's an unknown on my radar. A blip on a collision course with the X-15. And gaining on it fast.
Overtaking it? Impossible.
Look, I'm tracking it now.
Mach 5.4.
Whatever it is, it's going over 9,000 miles an hour.
Oh, come on. There just must be something wrong with this thing, that's all.
3.9. What was that? Something just went past me like I was standing still. A flying saucer.
Oh, no, not those things again. Sommermeyer, check your oxygen supply and stop babbling that nonsense about flying saucers. It's probably just a speck in your eye.
Yes, sir. I'm turning now for the landing.
Afraid he needs a rest.
Blip's off my scope now.
Oh, good. Shut it off. Darn thing probably doesn't work anyway. I'm just happy that reporter wasn't around to start splashing it over the papers that our pilots are seeing flying saucers. And the radar's picking up stuff that isn't even there.
Maybe it was a meteorite or a piece of a satellite.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, hi, Colonel. Am I late?
Oh, O'Hara, I'm afraid so. The show's over. But it was just a routine flight.
If you can just give me the speed, let me interview the pilot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't give you any information right now.
Yes, you're pushing me.
Oh, am I? How about that?
Now, wait a minute. Why so much secrecy if this is just a routine flight?
No.
Why can't I interview some... Why are you sweating in an air-conditioned room? Now, what happened? Something's going on inside.
Are you through? Now, what are you waiting for me to say? Take me to your leader?
Who are you?
Well, I could give you some wild tale of being a Russian astronaut or the designer of an experimental spacecraft. But the plain fact of the matter is, I'm from Mars.
Mars?
Mars. Now, don't look so astonished. I'm a professor of anthropology from Mars, specializing in this primitive planet.
Mars? I'm afraid you got hit a little harder than you think.
That idiot in your antique rocket plane almost ran into me.
You mean the X-15?
And now I'm marooned on this backward planet until I can repair my ship.
Now, hold it. You mean the X-15 almost ran into your, that thing?
Precisely. It was lumbering along at barely 4,000 miles an hour. I had to strain my ship to get out of its way.
You know how fast he was going?
I can tell you to the 5th decimal place. Oh, that idiot at the controls reported me to his base as a flying saucer. Ooh. Oh, just don't sit there. I've been hurt.
Come on, we'll go to my car.
You'll have to carry me. It takes me a little while to get used to the Earth's gravity. I weigh so much more here.
Yeah. Well, it isn't Mars, but it's home. Now, the question is, how are we going to get you inside without Mrs. Brown spotting us?
Just give me a second. Nobody will see me now, but you'll still have to carry me in. All right, come on.
How did you do that?
It isn't easy. If I have to do it again in my condition, you're going to have a very sick Martian on your hands. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Now, give me your hand. Oh, no. Scram. Beat it. Go away.
I'll take care of him. Stop gawking and get me to bed.
What in the world are you doing?
Well, it's kind of a charade. I'm pretending I'm carrying an invisible man into the house.
I'm going to show you a new antiseptic skin cleanser that works when it's on and keeps working for 12 hours after you wash it off. Bactine medicated skin cream. It's got the great Bactine germ killer in it, so it cleans your skin right down into the pores, right down to the germs and bacteria that can cause blemishes. After you wash it off, it leaves a soft, invisible film that protects your skin from more germs for 12 hours. Excuse me. Your skin will be antiseptically clean and protected from germs that can damage it for 12 hours. If you use Bactine medicated skin cream morning and night, it really pays off.
Men
Nothing takes it off like Noxema medicated shave. Take it off. Take it all off. Nothing takes it off like Noxema medicated shave.
The closer you shave, the more you need Noxema. Noxema medicated comfort shave.
You never know when you'll need a big wagon. And the 1967 American Motors builds big wagons. See them at your American Motors Rambler dealer now.
How do you feel now?
Oh, better, thanks. Oh, your atmosphere. So rich in oxygen. It's like breathing in a thick chocolate malted milk.
Malted milk. Malted milk? How would a Martian know about that?
Now, since modesty forbids my calling attention to my superior intellect, I'll confine myself to saying that I am the greatest living authority on the subject of your planet. I've visited here many times, especially in the last 150 years.
150 years? How old are you?
Let's just say I'm approaching the prime of my life.
But if you've been here before, how come there haven't been headlines about you all over the world?
Well, as long as I don't wear a sign on my back saying I am a Martian, who would ever know?
And no one you met ever suspected?
Not even Thomas Jefferson. And he was a fairly bright fellow. For a native, that is. You know, you Earth people are handicapped. You only use a small portion of your brain. We Martians use all of ours.
I can't believe it.
The trouble is, you're too intelligent to believe it. You people baffle me. So illogical. So emotional. Earth's all right for a visit, but I wouldn't want to live here.
Well, you've got to live here now, whether you like it or not. I'm afraid you're stuck.
Only temporarily. I'll leave as soon as I can repair my spaceship, and no one will be the wiser but you.
No. You're not leaving until I get a story on this and the pictures. I'm going to get the Pulitzer Prize for this.
I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to write that story.
But I've got to write it. I'm a newspaper man.
You wouldn't be for long. Nobody would believe you. Pick up the phone. Call your editor. Tell him you found a real live Martian. Go ahead.
But it's the truth.
No. They wouldn't believe you.
I'll prove it. I'll bring them here and I'll show you to them.
I'll disappear. And you know I can do it.
Is that how a person from a superior planet shows his gratitude?
I may seem ungrateful, but I believe I know what would happen. Suppose you did win the Pulitzer Prize. You wouldn't deserve it, and you wouldn't be able to live up to it. You'd be a one-day wonder, and that's all. And you wouldn't want that, would you? Incidentally,
There's a very attractive brunette walking up your steps right now.
Annabelle. How'd you know that?
She's thinking very warm thoughts about you.
How do you know that? You mean you can read minds?
Unless there's a conscious effort to shut me out. For instance, I know exactly what you're thinking about the young lady. Oops. You shut me right out.
That was personal. After all, I'm only human.
But just remember, I'm more than human. Now, answer the door.
If there's anything I hate, it's a smart alecky Martian.
By Tim O'Hara.
Well, well.
Gosh, I'm proud of you.
How nice for me.
Excuse me for putting into your thoughts again, but you're about to have visitors.
Hey! Hey, what is this?
Murphy, the Air Force wants to know where you got your information on the X-15 flight. Who's this?
Well, he's a Martian.
What?
Martin. Martin, that's his name. Martin, my uncle. My Uncle Martin, he's here after a long trip, and he's not feeling very well.
Let's go.
No, hold it.
What?
Well, he might need something. So just help yourself, Uncle Martin. Oh, and here, you might need a little cash. I know you might be short. So, and the keys are in the car, okay?
Thank you.
I may not be back by the time you leave, so... Well, it's been very nice seeing you. I hope you have a very pleasant trip and happy landing.
All right.
Take good care of him, Annabelle.
Arrivederci.
He must be a pretty nice boy.
He is. I mean, you're his uncle. You ought to know.
Oh, well, I haven't seen much of him, and my home is a long, long way from here.
Well, we'll take care of you, my aunt and I.
Is your aunt the woman next door who gives bridge lessons and is taking a course in real estate and sells Christmas cards and beauty creams and is studying the stock market with a Ouija board?
Mm-hmm. Tim must have talked to you about her.
Yes. Well, I'll be able to take care of myself, thank you. I'll be up and around tomorrow.
Well, we'll take care of you anyway.
I said no interruptions until I call you back. I don't care who it is, nobody at all. Now, O'Hara, this is your last chance. Now, I don't care anything about this flying saucer jazz. It crops up every year at the beginning of the hay fever season. But you are not getting out of here until I find out which one of my men is passing out information to the 5th decimal place.
I refuse to reveal my sources of news.
Why, you...
Colonel, I've got to admit that I admire this young man's principles.
What?
With your permission, I'd like to do something for him. For starters, I'd like to throw him in jail. I'd be very happy to look after him personally.
Good. I'll drop by and see you. Every month or so.
Well, let me call my attorney, please.
Here you are, O'Hara. A lovely 3-course lunch.
3-course lunch, it looks like hamburger.
Oh, no. You got hamburger, coffee, and sugar. You got any words for the Colonel?
Yes, I have several words for the Colonel. But I wouldn't use any of them in mixed company.
Murphy stole your pickle.
How'd you get in here?
I arrived with a lunch. I realize you don't have visiting hours, but I wanted to thank you personally for your kindness.
Oh, that's all right.
You're in a lot of trouble because of me, aren't you?
Well, I'll live through it.
Why'd you let yourself in for it?
I guess I'm a little stupid sometimes. Anyway, you're the nicest Martian I ever met.
Thank you. And thank you for these clothes. Now, how are we going to get you out of here? Let me think. Suppose we tell them that you picked up their control center on your car radio.
No, that's impossible. My radio wouldn't pick up their frequency.
Blame it on sunspots, freak reception, an ionization shift in the upper atmosphere. That's your story, and stick to it.
I'll try, but...
Excuse me a moment. Murphy's coming back.
Eat your lunch.
Excuse me.
Who are you talking to in there?
One of my favorite people. Myself.
I heard two different voices.
Well, sure, one voice would be monotonous, and besides, I couldn't tell which of me was saying what to whom.
Wow, the voice I heard didn't sound anything like yours.
Why should it? Charlie McCarthy doesn't sound anything like Edgar Bergen.
Hey, you're a ventriloquist, aren't you?
I'm practicing throwing my voice while I'm eating.
Hey, you know something? You're very good.
Well, thank you.
I thank you, too. We both thank you.
Both at once. Fantastic.
Yes. Well, that's enough for now. You don't want to spend too much time with the prisoner. Now, here you go. And next time, don't steal my pickle.
What makes you think I'd do a thing like that?
Your face. It's got pickle stealer written all over it.
If you've got anything to say to the colonel, you let me know.
Yes, I may do that.
Goodbye, Tim. See you later.
Fish?
Now remember, Colonel, it might have been a freak thing that made the car radio pick up the control center that day.
I say it's impossible, and I'm calling your bluff.
Yeah, well, yes, it might have been sunspots or upper atmosphere ionization or something like that. Well, maybe it's a holiday for sunspots. Later, Annabelle, later.
If it doesn't work...
Back you go.
Right.
Well, if it doesn't work, be reasonable, Colonel.
Quiet.
Hello, Edwards. Hello, Edwards. Are you still receiving me? Like a bell. We're ready for the launch. Event A will be a test of the...
Great.
Yeah, how about that?
There'll be no more of that, Colonel.
Hey! Hey, that's my radio!
Keep your hands off that. You've got some gadget in here that's bringing in our frequencies, and the laboratory's gonna find it.
Colonel, maybe we ought to keep him on ice until we get the lab report, huh?
That won't be necessary. You know where to find him. But if there is any unauthorized equipment of any kind in this, you are going to get free room and board in a federal prison. And don't you forget it.
Are you all right, Colonel?
Yes.
Oh, we got all of it, Colonel.
Well, the laboratory technicians will find out exactly how this could happen.
Somehow I doubt it.
Oh,
Excuse me, Mrs. Schwartz. Could you tell us how you feel about oil heat?
oil heat? Oh, well, I think oil heat is wonderful. See, I'm showering in the school right for hot water. All I want, all I can use. And I know for a fact that only oil heat can give me so much, so fast, and it's so dependable. And I got my dishwasher going, my washer going. Still plenty of hot water. Wouldn't put out myself. You know, everybody, all my friends wouldn't think of buying a house unless it was heated by oil. Oh, everybody thinks it's so dependable. Dependable hot water and dependable comfortable heating in every room in my house.
Mrs. Schwartz,
Yeah?
you know you're on television?
Yes, I know.
Oil heat. You can depend on it.
dull and commonplace occurrences of day-to-day living, one thing stands out as a completely unique experience. Colt 45 malt liquor.
You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Oh, they won't will when you pour on milk. Oh, they won't bunch when they are crunch. They're double toasted, double crisp and good. General Mills makes them just the way they should. You country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. From fields of corn, so majestically waving that they won't will when you pour on milk. Double toasted cornflakes made with rice. So buy our cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. Please buy our cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes, you country cornflakes. They're made from corn.
I simply don't understand. Now, why didn't you tell me you could gimmick up my radio? You just let me sweat it out.
Exactly. If I hadn't, you would have been smug and overconfident. And the colonel might have detected a fishy aroma.
Well, I suffered. It was very painful.
Well, a little pain is good for you. As one of your playwrights observed, pain makes man think. Thinking makes man wise. And wisdom makes life endurable. Next problem. My little spaceship is down in the garage, and I've got to start repairing it so I can get back to Mars. We need a number of very scarce items, most of which haven't been invented yet.
Well, that sounds pretty expensive. What are you going to use for money?
I've been reading about an interesting place called Las Vegas. With you rolling the dice, and with my special talents, we ought to do all right there.
No. I've been in nothing but trouble since I met you.
And I imagine that will continue. But it won't be dull. And a friend who can read minds can be of enormous help to a young reporter. I can get you a lot of information straight from the horse's head. Now, what do you say?
It's a deal. Welcome to the O'Hara family.
Thank you, my boy. Well, I guess that makes me the first Irishman from the planet Mars.
Nothing upsets a pickle lover more than a dull, soggy pickle. Pickle lovers always insist on the proud pickle. Heinz. No compromise, no shortcuts, no soggy pickle. Heinz stops at nothing to give you a pickle that tastes the way no other pickle does. Crisp, full-bodied, savory. That's what makes Heinz the proud pickle. If you were the best tasting pickle, wouldn't you be proud?
Down there. What are you doing under my sink? You, fly up there. Get away from my light. Ooh, I'm ready for you bugs with my trusty Black Flag. Black Flag is the one-shot bug killer. Gets them every time. I warned you, little rascals. I must defend my home. Never knew what hit him with Black Flag, the one-shot bug killer.
Reach for the one-shot bug killer, Black Flag.
Alka-Seltzer invents a new disease, the blahs. The blahs is kind of like the blues, only physical. It's when you're down in the dumps and you don't know a cold is working on you. It's when you're not feeling right, but you don't know what's wrong. It might be a headache on its way, a stomach ache on its way. Oh, the blahs. Who needs them? You know, we wouldn't have invented a disease unless we had something to take for it. Alka-Seltzer. If Alka-Seltzer can take care of real big upsets, think of what it can do for a simple case of the blahs.
Your Coca-Cola Bottler's Short Show presents...
Me, Tony Randall. And a few boats you should have a Coke on when you can get away. First, the power boat. I never get tired of the taste of Coke. Ah, the sailboat. So refreshing with a Coke. Live on a houseboat and you can choose your neighborhood and your neighbors. Delicious. The sports fishermen can catch lots of things, and they all go better with Coke. This is the drinking man's boat. Instead of blowing your money on compasses, you spend it on something you can taste. Great. This yacht costs $150,000. Coca-Cola optional. As my daddy, the Admiral, always said, life is a rowboat. It runs on a little love and the right fuel. Here's wishing you plenty of both. Things go better with Coca-Cola.
Well, hello, Mrs. Post.
Hi, Mr. Reeves.
Mr. Post.
Oh, darling, isn't it beautiful?
Isn't that great?
And it's all ours.
Yes. Yours and mine and the man from the bank.
Oh, Mr. Post, I know you went a little higher than you figured.
I couldn't help it. As soon as I saw this place, I fell in love with it.
Well, you're an architect. You know good, solid construction when you see it.
I certainly do. Don't I, dear?
Thank you, honey.
Mr. Addison, your next-door neighbor who used to own it, has always kept it in fine shape.
I'm sure he has. Thanks very much, Mr. Reeves, for everything.
Well, thank you. I know you two are going to be very happy here.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, shall we go in?
Wilbur, it's our first house. Aren't you going to carry me over the threshold?
Oh, yes. Sure. Good, solid construction. Oh, gotta get the key.
Wilbur, don't put me down. It's bad luck.
Oh, well, you better get the key then. It's in one of my pockets. Down there. Wait a minute, I forgot to get it from Mr. Reeves. Mr. Reeves!
How do you do? I'm Roger Addison. I live next door.
Oh, I'm just carrying my wife across the threshold.
Well, aren't you going in the wrong direction?
Yes, I am. Oh, Mr. Reeves! Would you mind? I won't be long. Mr. Reeves!
How do you do? I'm Carol Post.
How do you do? Well, now that we've met, perhaps I'd better put you down.
Oh, no. You see, it's bad luck.
Oh.
I got it, honey. Oh, this way, Mr. Addison. There we are. Ah, here. Oh, how do you do? I'm Wilbur Post.
How do you do?
Won't you come on in?
Not right now. I have the feeling that I might be intruding.
If you don't give your man 007, I will.
If your man lives for excitement, give him 007. There's a 007 gift set for every assignment. This one packs the full line, including 007 aftershave, hairdressing, and cologne. That's 007 for the license to kill women.
When you use 007, be kind.
Show me a filter cigarette that delivers the taste, and I'll eat my hat.
Lucky Strike filters will show you plenty of smooth flavor, plenty of fine, mild-tasting tobacco, too. LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And now Lucky Strike means filter tip.
Lucky filters show you plenty of fine tobacco. Yes, they'll sure show you.
Lucky Strike, the filter cigarette with fine tobacco.
No matter what shape your stomach's in. What shape your stomach's in, when it gets out of shape, take Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer relieves the flutters, calms the nervous feeling, relieves heartburn, relieves the stuffy feeling, and relieves a headache. Better than any other antacid. Better than anything you can get without a prescription. Anything. Alka-Seltzer. It's the best on any stomach.
Come on, honey, let's go look at the rest of our estate.
All 200 feet of it?
Isn't this wonderful? I've never lived in the country before.
Oh, you'll love it. I lived in a place like this when I was a kid. Aha! Now there's something you learn on a farm. A rake lying on the ground. That is dangerous.
Oh, well, sure, if you stepped on it in your bare feet.
No, not bare feet, not just that. But if you were to step on that could come right up and smack you in the face.
Oh, you mean it's dangerous just to do this?
That is dangerous. Come on, honey.
Sorry.
Well, that's what I was telling you about, honey. This could be converted into an office for me. I figured to put skylight up there, and right next to my drafting table, we could build cabinets. Carol, look.
A horse. But he wasn't here when we first looked at the place.
Well, maybe he was outside. How about that? A horse.
Oh, let's get out of here and get him out of here and do something.
Well, you two certainly are the most affectionate couple I've ever seen.
He tried to bite me.
I suppose that's all right. You're married.
Oh, she means the horse.
Him? He doesn't bite. He's just a mangy old nag. As a matter of fact, that's what I came to tell you about. You see, the people who rented this house before you bought it owned this horse. Well, they had to leave in a hurry, and they said you can keep him, you can sell him, do anything you want with him.
Oh.
We'll keep him.
Wilbur, of course not. We'll sell him.
Oh, we'll keep him.
Sell him.
Keep him.
Sell him.
Keep him.
Sell him.
I'm glad to hear you two arguing. For a moment, I was wondering if you were a normal married couple.
Wilbur, come here, honey. We've gone to a lot of expense to buy this house, and, well, we just can't afford to feed the animal.
Well, okay, I guess
you'll see I'm right. I'll find a horse dealer in the phone book.
Look, I'm sorry, old fella. I wanted to keep you, but... Hey, do you have any water? Huh? You know, I should never started cleaning you up. The better you get to look, the more I want to keep you. That's that. Let's get started with the feet now, huh? It's just hot in here. Should open a window.
Mr. Parker, this is my husband, Wilbur, and that's the horse.
Why didn't you let him guess?
How do you do, Mr. Post? I think I can take him off your hands for $50.
Honey, you're making a big mistake. This is a very intelligent horse.
We've been all through that, dear. We'll take the $50.
All right. There you are.
Give it to her.
There you are, ma'am. $50. And I think we both made a good deal. This horse looks to be in pretty good shape. This horse is lame.
Lame?
Lame, huh? Well, the horse wouldn't be much use to you like that.
Of course, there's nothing out of place. Probably just the barn cramp.
Oh, barn cramp, huh?
But of course, if this horse were in real pain, he wouldn't be holding his head so high. The minute a horse is distressed or off his feed, first thing you notice, that head goes right down. That animal is ailing.
Well, we can't take advantage of the man, honey. Give him his money back.
Well, honey.
Of course, he can't be real sick. If a horse can stand, he's worth $50. I'll be. Give me back my $50. Horse trading is a thieving, conniving, double-crossing business at best, but this beats all. Oh, just a minute. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. Yeah, it's all here.
Wilbur, what are we going to do now?
Well, honey, if the man doesn't want the horse.
But, honey, how can we take care of him? Look at him, he's sick. Maybe the SPCA can help us. I'll go call them. Can you come over right away? I'm afraid he's a very sick horse. He's on his back.
Hello? Look, you can forget about it. The horse is perfectly all right. Thank you.
Wilbur, what do you mean the horse is all right?
Do you know that horse was only kidding? Yeah, well, he was only pretending to be sick so he could stay with us.
Wilbur, I know you want to keep the horse, but this is ridiculous.
But it's true. Why do you think I winked back at him?
You winked back at him?
Yeah, well, he winked at me first.
Oh.
Look, there is nothing wrong with that horse. Look.
All right, Wilbur. All right, you can keep the horse if it means that much to you, but stop making up these fantastic stories.
I love you.
Well, prove it.
Come in.
Aren't you people overdoing this a bit?
She's letting me keep the horse.
All right. Now, what I came over to tell you is this, that I'm having some neighbors over tomorrow night, and I'd like to have you come over and meet them.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, we'd be delighted.
If I were you, I'd keep my door closed.
Well, you're going to stay after all. Isn't that great? Oh, I never thought owning a horse could mean so much to me. I guess it's because when I was a little boy, I wanted a pony. Of course, it's been a long time since I was a little boy.
It's been a long time since I was a pony.
You said that? Oh, no. That's impossible. Did you say that? No. How could you?
Did you say it?
No, I didn't hear it. How could I? But I did. Oh, this is impossible. I don't believe it. Now, while I'm looking right at you, say something.
Like what?
Anything. Anything.
How now, brown cow?
What is it, honey?
Carol, the horse!
Down here, dear.
Carol, the horse. Better sit down, dear. The horse.
Uh-huh.
He talks.
Wilbur, I told you can keep the horse. Now,
Look, I know it sounds fantastic, unbelievable, but it's true. The horse talks. I didn't believe it myself at first, and then I made him say something while I was looking right at him.
what did he say?
How now, brown cow?
The rake, the bump in the head. That's
Yeah, the rake. The rake, that's what it was. How do you feel?
Fine.
Carol! Carol? Sit down. Carol, that horse talks.
You've got to go to bed, and I'm going to call the doctor, and everything will be all right,
Come
honey.
on with me. You're going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Wilbur, I'm worried about you.
I'll prove it to you. You'll see. All right, say something. Well, don't just stand there. Say something. I know why he won't talk. You've turned your back on him. That horse is sensitive. Now, Carol, will you please turn around?
This whole thing is ridiculous.
Will you please turn around?
All right.
I told you he was sensitive.
I wouldn't believe that horse could talk if the two of you stood there and sang a duet.
Carol! Why didn't you talk to my wife?
I hate skeptics.
You made me look like such a fool. You've got to talk to my wife. Why did you talk to me?
Because I like you.
This whole thing is fantastic. I just don't understand it.
Don't try to. It's bigger than both of us.
Believe it or not, we have over a mile of inspectors at the Volkswagen factory. More than 7,000 men who have only one job: to keep an eye on the way Volkswagens are made. And there's no nonsense about them. They reject a Volkswagen, or part of a Volkswagen, for little things you might never even see. And when one of our inspectors says no, it's no. That's why you'll never find so much as a blob of paint or a stitch out of place on a new Volkswagen. An inspector finds it first. Frankly, not every car we make makes it. But any car that gets to the end of that long line of inspectors is a Volkswagen.
Hey, Davy, what's the matter? You look kind of down in the mouth.
Oh, I just wish there was more company around here.
Well, let's make some new sugar-sweetened Kool-Aid. Yeah, the one with the sugar already in it.
Make friends with Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid soft drink mix and make a big splash with your friends.
Gives Tarryton the taste worth fighting for. Worth fighting for. The bright, inviting taste worth fighting for. Worth fighting for. Tarryton's got a charcoal tip and it's got a white one too. Together they improve that great tobacco taste for you.
Us Tarryton smokers would rather fight
Then switch.
Join the unswitchable smoke Tarryton.
Hello, Mr. Addison.
Oh, hello, Post. I didn't recognize you without your wife in your arms. Come in.
Mr. Addison, I'd like to ask you something.
Why, certainly, Post. Certainly, anything at all. Oh, cigar?
No, I haven't got one with me.
No, Post. I'm offering you a cigar.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I'm sorry my wife won't be back from New York in time for the party tomorrow night. I did want you and your wife to meet her.
Oh, fine. We'll enjoy seeing her.
Post, I know we're both in the same room, but I don't think we're in the same world. Is there something on your mind?
Yes, Mr. Addison, there is.
Well, sit down and tell me about it.
Thank you. Mr. Addison, the man who lived in the house before we did, he rented from you.
Mr. Oldfield?
Yeah. Did you know him very well?
Oh, yes, indeed. We were very close friends.
Did you ever exchange confidences with him?
Yeah, quite often.
Did he ever tell you about his horse?
No, what about his horse?
Did he ever tell you his horse talked?
Oh, no. Oldfield said a lot of funny things. Would you repeat that, please?
He didn't say anything about his horse talking.
No.
Did the horse ever say anything?
No. Did the horse ever talk to you?
He's been talking to me all afternoon.
I just realized I'm a little tired. I think perhaps a little rest would do me good, and it might not be a bad idea for you to get some rest, too. You see, I played 18 holes of golf today, and that's a little too much for me. Normally, I only play 9, and I'm a little fatigued.
Mr. Addison, the reason I came over here is I need your help. You see, I've got a problem with my wife. I can't convince her that the horse talks.
I would say that your wife had the problem.
I'm so frustrated is that my neighbor, my wife, my own wife. I tell them I got a horse that talks, and they don't believe me.
Why should they? It's ridiculous.
But you do talk.
Only to you.
Well, why only to me?
Because you're the only one I ever liked well enough to talk to, Wilbur.
Oh, thanks.
Ed.
Ed? What kind of a name is Ed for a horse?
What kind of a name is Wilbur for a man? Now, stop gabbing and get me some oats. I'm starved.
Oh, that's right. You do need some oats, yeah. Oh, where shall I get them?
Go to Duffy's Feed and Grain store. Wilbur.
Yes?
They give green stamps.
Oh, honey, let me give you a hand with that.
It's all right.
There we are. Well, honey, what's wrong?
I had an awful time at the market today.
What happened?
Everybody was talking about the new couple that moved in, the Posts. They said that the husband thinks he has a horse that talks.
What did you say?
They said my name was Mrs. Jones.
Well, look, dear, don't worry about it. These things have a way of clearing themselves out. I don't know.
Hello, Post. This is Mr. Addison. I'm sorry, but the party for tonight is canceled. Goodbye.
That was Mr. Addison. The party's been called off.
I knew it. I just knew it.
Look, Carol! Carol!
Don't call me Carol. My name is Mrs. Jones.
Gotta prove it. This horse took... The tape recorder. That'll do it.
Hi, Wilbur.
Hi.
What you doing?
Oh, just thought I'd drop in, say hello.
That's nice.
You know, I'm very flattered that I'm the only human being that you picked on to talk to, old horse.
That's swell.
Can I get you some oats or anything, old horse?
Nope. I'm fine.
Can I open the window for you, Mr. Ed?
Nope. Leave it closed.
Well, good night, horse.
Good night. Hey, Wilbur.
What?
Nice gadget you got there.
Oh, yes, yes, it is.
Tape recorder, huh?
Oh, well, yeah, you might call it that, I guess. Goodbye.
Hey, Wilbur.
What?
How you gonna convince anyone the other voice on that tape is a horse?
Oh, this is great. All because you had to pick on me to talk to. Millions of people in the whole world you could... And you got to pick on me. Now, everybody thinks I flipped my lid. Carol's heartbroken. All because you pick on me to talk to.
Wilbur, I can get you out of this.
How?
Phone that real estate man, Reeves.
Reeves?
You tell him what I'm going to tell you. If I know Reeves, he'll run right to Addison.
Well, then what?
Then your troubles will be over. Now listen, Wilbur.
What do you mean Post doesn't want the house? He bought it, didn't he?
Sure, but he wants to make you give him back the money without asking for it.
That's ridiculous. The man's out of his mind.
That's exactly what he wants you to believe.
That's why he told me the horse talks.
Right. Don't you understand? It's the oldest trick in the real estate game. He wants to make us think he's got a screw loose up here. That way you'll try to get him out of the neighborhood.
I see. Well, he'll never get away with it.
Mr. Addison, you tried to sell this house for a long time. There were no takers at your price.
You leave it to me, Reeves. I know how to handle Post.
Carol, will you come downstairs?
No,
Honey, I'll make your lunch.
I'm not hungry.
Honey, there's nothing to worry about. Somebody just told me how to straighten out this whole mess.
Who?
Oh, maybe you better stay upstairs. Oh, hello, Mr. Addison.
Hello, Wilbur.
Why don't you come on in, sit down.
Ah, thank you. Thank you very much.
What a pleasant surprise. My horse just told me a very funny story. Funniest one I've heard in years. I'm still laughing about it.
Well, let me hear it.
Well, these two fellows are at a bar, you see, and one of them says, "Give me 4 martinis."
I know that joke.
You do?
Yeah, my dog told it to me.
Your dog?
Well, your horse told it to my cat told it to my dog, and my dog told it to me.
I like the way things get around.
Wilbur, if I cut $2,000 off the price of the house, will that make you stay? Is it a deal?
It's a deal.
Now, Wilbur, does your horse talk?
No. Does your dog talk?
No.
Your cat? You know, for a minute, I was a little worried about you.
We're not worried about you. Oh, and by the way, the party is not canceled. I'm expecting you and your wife.
Oh, just a minute. Carol? Carol?
I don't want any lunch.
Look, honey, Mr. Addison's here. He's inviting us to the party tonight.
Really? Wonderful.
Look, not only that, he likes us so much, he's knocked $2,000 off the price of the house.
Thank you, Mr. Addison. Oh, Wilbur.
Honey.
I came in.
Barney, will you get this thing fixed while I'm still young? Just one little second, Fred, then I'll have it. There. Okay, let's spin a disc. They're playing our song, Fred. Yeah, pal, and you've earned yourself a Winston. Yeah, Winston. That's the one with filter blend up front. Sure, that's the big difference, Barney. Winston picks out special tobaccos,
then treats them their own special way.
If you're looking for a filter cigarette that really delivers taste,
you ought to smoke Winston.
You ought to smoke Winston.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
And as I was saying, Winston tastes good.
Like a cigarette should. Like a cigarette should. Like a cigarette should.
Ed, you asleep?
Not anymore.
Well, everything worked out fine. We went to the party, the ladies invited Carol out to lunch.
Wilbur.
Yeah?
Good night.
Well, I haven't finished telling you about Carol.
Good night, Wilbur.
Good night.
People. Talk, talk, talk.
This has been a Filmways television presentation.